Ella. This show originally started as Peter and the Wolf, but we changed it to Ella and the Wolf, and it's about a young Ella Fitzgerald and features her cool singing style, which is scat, as well as some cool jazz instruments.
Hi, I'm Miller. I'm a sophomore and I puppeteer the wolf, and I helped fabricate the hunter puppets as well as the beautiful backdrop of Piedmont Park.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm a senior. I puppeteer Duck Duck Goose, and I was involved in building the framework of the Playboy you see here by drilling things together and putting everything into place, which led to this. And I was also involved with making the handout that you were given earlier, as well as everyone else.
Hi, I'm Carter. I'm a freshman. I'm going to be puppeteering Cool Cat. This set right here took over 2 weeks to build with help from everyone here. We got most of the materials from around the school, and we used many tools such as drills, saws, and hot glue.
Hi, I'm Caroline. I'm a senior and I play the instruments as well as Birdie. So what I helped out a lot with was fabricating the puppets. So you may not know, but a lot of our puppets started out as toys like stuffed animals, and we turned them into puppets by using things like control rods and other things so that we can control them like puppets.
Thank you and enjoy the show.
All right, that was Ella Fitzgerald with Chick Webb. Sing me a swing song. Yeah, Ella and Chick serving up some swing. You're listening to Classy Jazz with Jazzy Cliff. Tonight, we got something else special to swing for you. Now, some of you might have heard some music by this cat, Sergei Prokofiev. Sergei Prokofiev. He wrote this piece of classical music to introduce you young ones to the classical instruments of the symphony orchestra, like flute and oboe, strings and French horns, and he called it Peter and the Wolf. Peter and the Wolf. Now, what we got going for you tonight is that instead of the classical instruments of the symphony orchestra, we're going to introduce you young cats to the classy instruments of the jazz band. Same tune, same story, same characters, but they're all a little offbeat, a little jazzed up. Now, each character in our story is represented by a different instrument of the jazz band. First, there's a pigeon whose name is Birdie. He is represented by the alto saxophone. All right, now that's Birdie for you. Now, the next cat we're going to introduce is not really a cat, but it's a goose. Go, Duck, Duck, Goose. And she is represented by the jazz trumpet. Now, this character is a cat. It's called Cool Cat. And it's played by a cool jazz instrument, the vibraphone. Let's listen. There's a grandpa, and he is represented by the trombone. And now, The Wolf by the slide guitar. Ooh. Now, instead of a little boy named Peter, there's a little girl, Ella. She is represented by a jazz style called scat. Now, we got some hunters, and they are represented by the rhythm section of the band. Let's hear it, boys. Yeah, let's hear those drums. Now, bring in some of that bass. Yeah, that's nice. All right. Now, let's get some electric piano on top of that. All right. So, if you are sitting comfortably and chill, we can begin. And a one, and a two, and a... Once upon a time, early one morning, Ella woke up, got out of bed, washed her face, ate her frosted chocolate-coated sugar pops, put on her yellow Princess Beauty dress, and her Usain Bolt gold sneakers, opened the door of her midtown apartment, and went out into the big green meadow of Piedmont Park. On a branch of a big tree that grew beside a beautiful lake sat Ella's friend, a pigeon named Birdie. "All is cool," cooed Birdie happily. "Everything is cool." Just then, Duck, Duck, Goose came waddling up and decided to take a nice dip and a swim. Seeing Duck, Duck, Goose, Birdie flew down upon the grass, settled next to her, and shrugged his shoulders. "What kind of bird are you, fool, if you can't fly?" he said. Duck, Duck, Goose replied, "What kind of fool bird are you if you can't swim?" Suddenly, something caught Ella's eye. It was a cool cat crawling through the long green grass. Now, the cool cat thought, "While that bird is busy arguing, I'll just grab it." Stealthily, Cool Cat crept towards Birdie on its velvet paws. "Look out!" said Ella, and Birdie immediately winged it up into the tree, while Duck, Duck, Goose quacked fit to burst at Cool Cat from the middle of the pond. Cool Cat walked around and around the tree and thought, "Is it worth climbing up so high? By the time I get there, that pigeon will have flown away." Ella fussed at them. "Yo, play nice!" Just then, Grandpa showed up. He said, "What are you doing out here all by yourself?" Ella said, "I'm not all by myself. I'm here with my friends." Grandpa said, "What if a hungry old wolf showed up? What would you and your friends do then, Ella told Grandpa, "I'd give him my PB&J sandwich." Grandpa said, "Well, you're going to have to wait until after your nap. So get those little Usain Gold stickers of yours right back up to 29G. But Ella paid no attention to her grandpa's words. Girls like her would rather sing a swing song instead of taking an old nap. But Grandpa took Ella by the hand, and he led her back upstairs and into their apartment. But no sooner than Ella left the park, that old hungry wolf with a beat-up guitar did come into the park, sat by the tree, and began to play. Quick as a wink, the cool cat climbed up the tree, and he began to play along. Then the wolf smelled that PB&J sandwich. Then the cool cat smelled that PB&J sandwich. And when Duck Goose smelled that sandwich, she quacked like she had just won the Georgia lottery, jumped out of the pond, and grabbed it. "Hey, let go of my sandwich, Quackerjack," said the wolf. And oh, how that Duck Goose ran. No matter how fast Duck Goose tried to run, she couldn't escape the wolf. The wolf got nearer, closer, catching up, and then he grabbed Duck Goose and howled. Right then and there, Birdie flew down and pecked the wolf's head. Cool Cat jumped from the tree and grabbed the wolf by the tail. And Duck Goose bit the poor wolf's nose something terrible. In the meantime, Ella, who had escaped her nap time, was watching everything. She snuck downstairs, got her portable record player, ran over to where the ruckus was, and climbed up the tree. One of the branches of the tree, over where the sandwich struggle was still going on, stretched out over a long brick wall. Grabbing hold of the branch, Ella lightly climbed across, hopped on the wall, carefully placed her record player, and, letting the needle down on the record, she began to sing. The wolf and Duck Goose both stopped in their tracks and listened.
Give me a song that's robust, feeling the way I am. Any old band'll go bust if it ain't got that jam. When nobody meets a body on the ballroom floor, then nobody.
The two of them started to dance and play.
Oh, baby, I don't want you to soft and mellow.
Birdie hopped off the wolf's head onto the tree and began to sing. Even Cool Cat began to play. Just then, Grandpa showed up, and when he listened to that sweet music, he said, "Yeah, sing that sweet swing song, granddaughter. Let me get in on that." And he picked up his trombone and began to play. And then a jazz trio called the Hunters came out of the woods, following the wolf's trail and playing and singing as they went. Well, a hey, nonny, nonny, and a hidey hoof. We've been hunting all over for you, Mr. Wolf. Would you like to join our band with a hidey ho and play in the park at the big jazz show? Yes, indeedy do. And then the hunters saw Ella and all the rest and said, "And who are all of these jazz cats? Do they want to play too?" And Ella hopped off the wall and said, "Yippee! Do we ever? And a one, and a two, and a..." And now, just imagine the jazzy procession in Piedmont Park. There's Ella leading the band. The wolf right behind her. And after that, the Hunters. And winding up the procession, Duck, Duck, Goose. Grandpa and the Cool Cat. Flying up above them all was Birdie, cooing merrily. My, what jazzy folks are we! Listen to this! And if you do listen very carefully, you can still hear that sweet jazz music floating in the air in Piedmont Park on a sweet, swinging summer's day. Well, cool cats and kittens, that's the end. And that's all the jazz time we have. Thanks for listening. Tune in next time for more classy jazz with Jazzy Cliff. Good night, everybody. Sleep tight. Yeah.